Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And for the Hornets, they've got P.J. Washington. Hayward out there with Miles Bridges. Then it's Ball, and it's Rozier in at the 2. Back to Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
And the basket by Rozier.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
On offense here, the Bucks.
And talk about playing small. Last year, Charlotte had Rozier and Devontae Graham on the floor together for much of the time. Both players right around 6'1". But you know what? They held their own.
Hayward can't hit. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's DiVincenzo. Another shot, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Charlotte the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls. And, of course, Rozier played a fair amount of off guard before he came to Charlotte.
And Kevin, back in Boston, he learned how to move without the ball, where to spot up. And those may have been hard lessons early on, but the development paid off. Rozier's become a much more versatile talent.
And the basket by Rozier.
All Rozier needs is a little breathing room, and he's firing that thing, and usually knocking it down.
Antetokounmpo trying to break loose.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
Now here's Giannis. With the teardrop, and DiVincenzo with the lay-in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. The Bucks also changing it up. Portis comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
To me, this is the next step for Giannis, wanting to improve that jump shot, especially off the catch.
McDaniels kicks to Monk. Three-pointer, Graham. And again, the Hornets missing. The Bucks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Hey, offensive rebounding. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
Three-pointer, Graham drills it from outside.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Stolen by McDaniels. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Bucks on top. They lead by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. We recently caught up with Jrue Holiday, who talked about some trying times.
Being able to go through adversity and come out stronger.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Holiday, and it's Connaughton in at the small forward. A nice shot by McDaniels.
And and an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, you know, in Cody Zeller, I think they've got a guy who does all the little things like making good, smart passes and creating open shots for others.
Now here is Holiday, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. And then for Milwaukee, Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Washington, that's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Bucks trail by 4. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Hayward. Drops in the breakaway layup. Hayward's got his first basket of the night.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now, actually cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire!
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he knocks down the first one.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Washington missing. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets lead by. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Jones. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Rozier's out there with ball, and it's Hayward. Then it's Bridges, and it's Washington in at the center, filling out the middle.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Double team on Holiday. On the wing, Giannis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Giannis has got 12 points in the game. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Back to Hayward from outside the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Hayward's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hornets.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Boy, that is a real weapon in Middleton's arsenal. I mean, when you hit a 3 on him, he wants that sweet revenge, and he's coming back at you.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And that three was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
You can sense that the crowd, guys, is starting to feel as though this game just might be theirs.
Hornets leading by 7. Out to the right wing. There's Ball with the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And so it's Charlotte going into the break with a 10-point lead. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And we'll be back with you shortly. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Bucks trail by 10 on the court for the Bucks. They've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Chris Middleton. Antetokounmpo is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Forbes in at the point. Antetokounmpo. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. Fires for 3, and another 3 for Charlotte. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Monk for 3. Hits it from three-point range. And the Hornets lead by 14.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Charlotte.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Gordon Hayward.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton.
That was really a platinum-level effort from Middleton. I mean, crafty in how he carved out room for himself on the interior.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. A nice shot by McDaniel.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know,